Click here to subscribe our channel. Do not forget to press the bell icon to get regular updates of free videos.
ठीक है माइक्रो within micro topics are first one is Marshallian and Walrasian analysis. But it will be a small topic, only one or two questions within that. Marshallian stable equilibrium, Walrasian stable equilibrium. Does Marshallian stability necessarily guarantee Walrasian stability, and so on? What is the meaning of unique equilibrium? Does equilibrium is always unique, whether equilibrium always exists, and whether there can be multiple equilibrium as well or not? So one or two question basically is first topic में. Second topic is alternative distribution theories. Alternative distribution theory. Now within that alternative distribution theory, it simply explain Ricardo, Kaldor and Kalski. Ricardo, Kaldor और Kalski ये mentioned है. Apart from that, you have to cover marginal productivity theory of distribution and other theory of distribution as well. Third part is market structure. Topic number 3 will be market structure. That market structure is mentioned syllabus के अंदर monopolistic competition, duopoly and oligopoly. तो syllabus के अंदर सिर्फ ये लिखा हुआ market structure, monopolistic competition, duopoly and oligopoly, but we have to cover perfect competition as well as monopoly. तो अभी उसका further detail लिख रहे हैं. And fourth part which is mentioned is welfare. So fourth section will be welfare economics. तो सिलेबस के अंदर याद रखिएगा ये 4 points mentioned है within micro. Within micro syllabus will simply state syllabus के accordingly जो content है उसमें Marshallian and Walrasian approach to price determination, alternative theory of distribution, Ricardo, Kaldor, Kalski, market structure, monopolistic, duopoly, oligopoly, and modern welfare, Pareto, Hicks, Sitowski, Arrow and A.K. Sen. Now apart from these 4 mentioned topic को भी further थोड़ा elaborate कर लेंगे, but within that add some extra topic. Within micro what you will add, micro के अंदर जो topic सब topic add करने हैं उसमें within market structure you will add market failure. And market failure will have 3 reasons. Market failure will have 3 reasons. One is externality, then asymmetric information, and public good. That will be included in my market structure part. एक्सटर्नलिटी का क्वेश्चन भी करंट ईयर वाले पेपर में है 2018 में. असिमेट्रिक इंफॉर्मेशन विल फाइंड इन 2016 के पेपर में है वो. तो आउट ऑफ दैट एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक वन विल बी मार्केट फेलियर, देन अनदर एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक विल बी विद इन माइक्रो. This market basically talks about market for goods. when you study perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic, oligopoly, all are basically market for product or market for goods. But market also include factor market, like how wages are determined. So wages are determined in the labor market. So labor market will be an important part. What is monopolistic exploitation of labor? What is monopolistic exploitation of labor? That will be covered under factor market, and that factor market could be considered as an extension of this distribution theory also. Then within extra topic, what is not mentioned here is consumer theory, and consumer theory is a basic part of micro. So within extra topic, write consumer theory as well. एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक के अंदर कंज्यूमर थ्योरी ऐड कर लेंगे. सो ऐड मार्केट फेलियर, फैक्टर मार्केट एंड कंज्यूमर थ्योरी, ये 3 एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक मेंशन कर लीजिए. नाउ स्टार्ट विद दिस मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर बिकॉज द मेजर कंटेंट इज इन दिस मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर पार्ट. मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर, ऑल्दो एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक में अगर आप यहाँ ऐड कर रहे हैं तो माइक्रो विल ऑल्सो इंक्लूड production, micro will also include cost. So concept related to production function, concept related to cost and concept related to consumer behavior. तो ये additional topic के form रखेंगे. So the syllabus of micro you can elaborate in that form. Then within market structure, जो थर्ड टॉपिक है वो लिख रहे हैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे. विदिन मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर, विदिन मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर वी विल स्टार्ट विथ प्राइस एंड आउटपुट डिटर्मिनेशन. प्राइस एंड आउटपुट डिटर्मिनेशन. That price and output determination concept will remain same whether we study competition or monopoly or monopolistic or oligopoly. तो जो बेसिक फॉर्म होगा वहाँ से आपको पहले बिगिन करना है. सो फर्म विल ऑलवेज प्रोड्यूस दैट मच ऑफ आउटपुट वेयर इट्स ओन प्रॉफिट गेट मैक्सिमाइज. सो इट इज़ नथिंग बट प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन. सो आफ्टर एक्सप्लेनिंग दैट प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन you will start with the form of market which is a perfect competition market or perfect market. Within perfect competition market, 2 important points लिखते जाएंगे वहाँ पे. One will be supply curve of firm, supply curve of an individual firm, supply curve of an individual firm in short run. Supply curve of individual firm because in market there will be large number of firm. So supply curve of one firm in short run. Then supply curve of industry, that is entire market. Supply curve of industry in long run. Supply curve of industry in long run. So whether supply curve is positively sloped, negatively sloped or horizontal line, that depend upon whether industry is increasing cost industry, constant cost industry or decreasing cost industry. So that argument will be part of supply curve of industry in long run. So यहाँ पे further 3 सब part आ जाएंगे वहाँ पे. After that majorly you have to cover within perfect competition these 2 aspects. Then in monopoly part we will start with why supply curve does not exist, why supply curve does not exist in monopoly. For competitive firm, and for competitive industry there is supply curve, but for monopoly there is no supply curve. So why supply curve does not exist in monopoly? That will be one part within monopoly. After that, one important question will be price discrimination, and that price discrimination could be of three forms: first degree, second degree, and third degree. Price discrimination could be of three forms: first degree, second degree, and third degree. Then another form of pricing practice by monopoly is peak load pricing. Peak load pricing. That is why during weekend theater prices are more, and why during weekdays prices are less. That is an example of peak load pricing. ईयर एंड पे अम्यूजमेंट पार्क में चार्जेस ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं और ड्यूरिंग द ईयर चार्जेस कम होते हैं. सो वाई दोज प्राइसेस डिफर अकॉर्डिंग टू द वेरिएशन ऑफ डिमांड. आफ्टर पीक लोड प्राइसिंग, इंटरटेम्पोरल. Intertemporal pricing. Temporal is time period. Then another form of pricing practice followed is two-part tariff. Another form of pricing practice is two-part tariff. Say for example, postpaid connection है, so you have a fixed monthly rental, and after paying that fixed monthly rental, whatever will be the call, for every call there will be an additional charge. So there are two different part of tariff. One part is fixed and the other part is variable. So there, how they determine that two-part tariff? Monopoly, you may also include multi-plant monopolist. Multi-plant monopolist. रिमेंबर आप कह सकते हैं कि विद इन द मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर syllabus does not mention competition, syllabus does not mention monopoly. So you are adding perfect competition and monopoly into that syllabus, because syllabus simply says it is monopolistic competition, duopoly and oligopoly. तो ये जो पार्ट आपने लिख रखा है वो इनफैक्ट ऐड किया हुआ है. नाउ आफ्टर परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन एंड मोनोपोली, oligopoly, but content in oligopoly will be more. So third different form is oligopoly market. Remember this classification of competition: monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic is mainly on the basis of number of seller. If there is one seller, it is monopoly. More than one but not large in number, and in fact if there are few sellers, then few sellers is mainly oligopoly. If there will be exactly two seller, it will be duopoly. So this classification is on the basis of number of seller. Within oligopoly market, you can write major topics like Cornet model. After Cornet model, then Stakelwer model, Cornet model, Burton model, Stakelwer model. Club these three as a form of non-collusive oligopoly. There is no collusion. Collusion का मतलब है some sort of agreement. So firms are competing with each other. In Cornet model, one firm is competing with the second firm. In Burton model also they are competing with the other firm. and for collusive oligopoly it will be price leadership model. Within price leadership model there will be three parts. One will be dominant firm price leadership. डोमिनेंट फर्म प्राइस लीडरशिप, ये करंट ईयर वाले क्वेश्चन में 18 में डोमिनेंट फर्म प्राइस लीडरशिप. देन लो कॉस्ट फर्म प्राइस लीडरशिप, मतलब who will be the leader, who will be the price leader. Leader will be one concept says that market, one concept says the firm which is dominant in market, जिसका market share ज़्यादा होगा, that firm will be the leader. Other says the firm having lower cost will be the leader. And a third form is barometric price leadership. Barometric price leadership. In price leadership add concept of cartel and club price leadership and cartel into one, and these two are examples of collusive oligopoly. So there is some sort of collusion, some sort of agreement among firms, and by agreeing they try to maximize their combined profit rather than individual profit. So first three is non-collusion, after that is collusive oligopoly. Then price rigidity concept, price rigidity slash king demand curve, price rigidity or king demand curve, concept given by Paul Sweezy. Price rigidity or king demand curve. Then add sales revenue maximization model. Sales revenue maximization model as given by Baumol. Baumol sales revenue maximization model. Within that add Bain's limit price theory. Bain's limit price theory, ये 16 वाले क्वेश्चन में Bain's limit price theory. And after Bain's limit price theory, some concept related to game theory. Concept related to game theory. Within game theory, questions like what is the meaning of prisoner's dilemma? Concept of Nash equilibrium. Concept of pure versus mixed strategy. Pure versus mixed strategy. तो ओलिगोपोली को थोड़ा ज़्यादा इलेबोरेट करके रखना, बिकॉज नेसेसरली यू विल गेट 1 or 2 क्वेश्चन out of this oligopoly section. And after that write the fourth form, monopolistic competition. Monopolistic competition. And within monopolistic competition, Chamberlain model. Chamberlain's model. इनफैक्ट चैम्बरलिन के दो मॉडल हैं, वन मॉडल फॉर लार्ज ग्रुप, अदर मॉडल फॉर स्मॉल ग्रुप. स्मॉल ग्रुप मॉडल विल बी कवर्ड इन ओलिगोपोली एंड लार्ज ग्रुप मॉडल विल बी कवर्ड इन monopolistic. So Chamberlain model, but within that Chamberlain model there are three different form. Within Chamberlain model there are three different form, and after that there is concept of excess capacity. Excess capacity concept. Chamberlain's concept of excess capacity. And there are some small topics like what do you mean by product differentiation, what is the impact of product differentiation on market, then what is the difference between product group. So there are some small topics within that monopolistic competition as well. So you have elaborated market, जो within market structure जो syllabus लिख रखा है उसको आपने expand करके लिख दिया. So syllabus is market structure, monopolistic competition, duopoly and oligopoly. ठीक है. सो दैट वन लाइन हैज़ बीन एलाबोरेटेड फॉर यू इन दैट फॉर्म. मेजरली ये टॉपिक कवर करने हैं आपको विद इन मार्केट, देन मार्केट फेलियर एंड देन फैक्टर मार्केट. ठीक है. तो यहाँ जो कंटेंट यहाँ जो मेंशन्ड है इस कंसेप्ट को आपको बेसिकली क्या करना है, ब्रॉडली इंटरप्रेट करना है. दैट दिस टॉपिक विल बी इंक्लूडिंग गुड्स मार्केट, फैक्टर मार्केट एज वेल एज इट विल बी इंक्लूडिंग मार्केट failure. So all will be topic of market structure. Now start with the basic part, जो फर्स्ट लिखा है वहाँ से. ठीक है. ये ओलिगोपोली के कंटेंट क्लियर है. मोनोपोलिस्टिक. Now start with the first form. Price and output determination. Price and output determination. Remember, when you have to determine price and output determination, obviously we will start with the perfect competition, then you can apply it for monopoly, but the concept will remain same. So firm will produce how much output? The objective of firm is to maximize profit. So objective of firm is to maximize profit. So mainly you have to write profit maximizing condition. So how to get profit maximizing condition? To calculate profit, basic firm से पहले start करेंगे. Profit of any firm will be total revenue minus total cost. Profit is total revenue minus total cost. Now denote profit with symbol pi. So it is TR minus TC. Total revenue minus total cost. So if you have to determine profit condition, now I am using this technical note. ठीक है. ऐसे सिर्फ समझ लेंगे, पेपर में यूज़ नहीं करना. When we have to maximize this profit, now profit is the difference between revenue and cost. So if a function is given and you have to maximize that function, then first differentiation equal to 0 and second derivative should be negative, so that the function will get maximized. कहीं यूज़ नहीं करना है, but still याद रखेंगे. Profit is revenue minus cost. So to maximize that profit, I differentiate that equation or function with respect to quantity. So in fact it is a revenue differentiation with respect to quantity, cost differentiation with respect to quantity, and first differentiation is equal to 0. डिफ्रेंसिएशन का मतलब है चेंज किया आपने, तो ये इसको रीड क्या करना है, चेंज इन टोटल रेवेन्यू ड्यू टू चेंज इन क्वांटिटी. बट वेन एवर यू यूज द वर्ड चेंज, चेंज इज फॉर मार्जिनल. सो चेंज हो गया या एडिशनल रीड करना है. सो दिस इज चेंज इन टोटल रेवेन्यू ड्यू टू चेंज इन क्वांटिटी, एंड चेंज इन टोटल रेवेन्यू ड्यू टू चेंज इन क्वांटिटी विल बी कॉल्ड marginal revenue. Similarly, change in total cost due to change in quantity will be called marginal cost. So marginal revenue minus marginal cost will be equal to 0, which means marginal revenue must be equal to marginal cost. So this is your first condition and necessary condition. आपको सिर्फ यहाँ तक लिखना है that the profit of firm will get maximized when MR equal to MC. When marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, then the profit of firm get maximized whether that firm belongs to competitive market, whether that firm belongs to oligopoly market, or whether that firm belongs to monopolistic market. In all market the condition will remain same. So profit of firm get maximized when MR is equal to MC. So first differentiation equal to 0, and what is second differentiation? Negative आना चाहिए. So when you differentiate this equation second time, now you in fact differentiate MR and you differentiate MC, and that must be negative. But this entire value will be negative only when this term is greater. और जब कभी एक फंक्शन को डिफ्रेंशिएट करते हैं तो रिमेंबर उसका स्लोप आ जाता है. तो टोटल रेवेन्यू को डिफ्रेंशिएट करने पे टोटल रेवेन्यू का स्लोप आया. सो स्लोप ऑफ टी आर इज, सिमिलरली व्हेन यू डिफ्रेंशिएट एम आर यू गेट स्लोप ऑफ एम आर. सो इफ दिस एंटायर टर्म इज नेगेटिव इट मीन्स स्लोप ऑफ एम सी मस्ट बी मोर एज कंपेयर टू स्लोप ऑफ एम आर. तो बिलो दैट यू विल राइट slope of marginal cost is greater than slope of marginal revenue, and this is second and sufficient condition. So what do you have to write in paper? Actually in paper you have to use only one sentence. The profit of firm get maximized when following two conditions are satisfied. First, MR equal to MC. Second, स्लोप ऑफ MC ग्रेटर देन स्लोप ऑफ MR. ठीक है, वो मैथमेटिकली वहाँ समझाना नहीं है कि ऐसा कंडीशन कहाँ से आ रहा है, बट मैथमेटिकली यू नो हाउ दैट कंडीशन इज बीइंग डिराइव्ड. सो द प्रॉफिट गेट मैक्सिमाइज व्हेन MR इज इक्वल टू MC एंड स्लोप ऑफ MC इज ग्रेटर देन स्लोप ऑफ MR. सो दिस योर टेक्निकल नोट नंबर 1. फर्स्ट कंडीशन ये. First paragraph. The competitive firm is in equilibrium. The competitive firm is in equilibrium. Competitive firm is in equilibrium when it maximizes its profit. When it maximizes its profit. When it maximizes its profit. Which is defined as difference between total revenue and total cost. Difference between total revenue and total cost. सिर्फ इक्वेशन लिखेंगे. Profit is TR minus TC. Pi is TR minus TC. Below that, given that normal rate of profit is included in cost of firm. Given that normal rate of profit is included in cost of firm, after comma, profit is above the normal rate of return. Profit is above the normal rate of return. Profit is above the normal rate of return. Next paragraph. equilibrium of firm may be shown graphically. Equilibrium of firm may be shown graphically in two different ways. First, TR and TC approach. And second, MR and MC approach. TR and TC approach, and second, MR and MC approach. ठीक है, पहला अप्रोच है टोटल रेवेन्यू टोटल कॉस्ट अप्रोच. प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए you have to follow two different approach. One is TRTC, other is MRMC. So first TR and TC approach. TR and TC approach. देखो, when you calculate profit, then profit is the difference of total revenue minus total cost. And how to find total revenue? It is nothing but price into quantity. And total cost is fixed cost plus variable cost. You can write in that form, or you can say it is per unit cost, that is average cost, multiplied by quantity, that will also be the total cost. So as it is price into quantity, similarly it is average cost into quantity. So if you take quantity common, then that will be price minus average cost, and that difference will be amount of profit. Now question is whether it will be positive or negative, because in short run firm may be having profit, there could be loss as well. So there are different possibilities arise. If number one, price is exactly equal to average cost, then ये term zero हो जाएगा. No profit, no loss is referred as break even point. That is break even point. And at break even, firms are supposed to earn only normal profit, normal rate of return मिल रहा है, because normal profit is included in cost. When you say no profit no loss, even that include normal rate of return. But if price is greater than average cost, then फिर ये टर्म पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा. पॉजिटिव इसका मतलब है नाउ प्रॉफिट इज मोर देन नॉर्मल. सो मोर देन नॉर्मल यू मे कॉल इट सुपर नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट और एबनॉर्मल प्रॉफिट और एक्सेस प्रॉफिट, कोई भी वर्ड यूज़ कर सकते हैं. सुपर नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट और एबनॉर्मल प्रॉफिट और एक्सेस प्रॉफिट. बट इफ प्राइस इज लेस देन एवरेज कॉस्ट, देन व्हाट विल हैपन? अब ये टर्म नेगेटिव हो गया. Negative profit means there is loss. But if there is loss, what firm will do?
Stop the production.
Within loss, there are two possibilities. Firm may continue to produce or firm may shut down. So in the case of loss, careful रहिएगा. In the case of loss, there are two different possibilities. One, firm may continue to operate, or firm could shut down production. Firm could shut down production. Now when firm will prefer to shut down the production and when firm will prefer to continue production despite loss, that depends upon whether firm is having operating profit or not. Now what is the meaning of that operating profit? That operating profit is total revenue minus total variable cost. ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट होता है TR माइनस TBC. Operating profit is revenue minus variable cost only, and this profit is TR minus total cost, which is fixed as well as variable. So when there will be operating profit, if I say operating profit is positive, so if operating profit is positive, it means this total revenue will be greater than total variable cost. A revenue more than variable cost है, then there will be operating profit. So if you divide both side with quantity, what you will get? If I divide total revenue with quantity, I will get average revenue. टोटल को क्वांटिटी से डिवाइड कर दिया, एवरेज आ गया. वैसे टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट को क्यू से डिवाइड किया, यू विल गेट एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. सो टोटल रेवेन्यू अपॉन क्वांटिटी इज एवरेज रेवेन्यू, एंड एवरेज रेवेन्यू इज प्राइस. सो पी ग्रेटर देन एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. सिंपल है आर्गुमेंट. टोटल रेवेन्यू हो गया P इंटू क्यू, एंड व्हेन यू फाइंड एवरेज रेवेन्यू इट विल बी टोटल रेवेन्यू बाई क्यू. सो टोटल रेवेन्यू इज P इंटू क्यू डिवाइडेड बाई क्यू. क्यू कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा. सो एवरेज रेवेन्यू इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू व्हाट? प्राइस. एवरेज रेवेन्यू की वैल्यू हमेशा प्राइस के बराबर होती है. तो आइदर यू राइट AR और यू राइट प्राइस, इट इज वन एंड सेम थिंग. सो इफ TR बाई क्यू इज ग्रेटर देन TBC बाई क्यू, इट मीन्स P ग्रेटर देन ABC है. तो फर्म विल कंटिन्यू टू ऑपरेट इफ, बताओ यहाँ कंडीशन क्या लिखेंगे? फर्म विल कंटिन्यू टू ऑपरेट सो लॉन्ग एज प्राइस इज ग्रेटर देन एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट, एंड वन फर्म विल प्रेफर टू शट डाउन व्हेन प्राइस इज less than average variable cost, because when price is less than average variable cost there will be operating loss. Operating profit negative का मतलब है operating loss है. So if there is loss in operation, better not to operate. So whether you operate or not, it depends upon whether total revenue is greater than total variable cost or not. तो इसे second technical note के अंदर आप लिख करके लिखेंगे. Remember, if price is equal to average cost, there will be just normal profit. If price greater than average cost, there will be excess profit. If price less than average cost, there will be loss, but within loss firm may continue to operate or firm may shut down the production, but that decision depends upon whether price is more than variable cost or less than variable cost. So when firm will shut down? When firm will shut down? Firm will shut down when price is less than average variable cost.
In case of if price is equal to average variable,
तो वह indifferent हो गया firm. At that point, firm will be indifferent. That is why shutdown price is equal to minimum of average variable cost. P greater less than ABC पे तो shutdown हो ही गया. So exactly which point is shutdown point? Shutdown point will be price equal to minimum of average variable cost. Shutdown price is that. So if whenever price is lower than ABC, how much is production? If price is lower than ABC, how much is production? Zero. Shutdown हो गया वो तो फर्म ने कहा shutdown कर दिया तो production zero हो जाएगा. And this concept will remain again same in all market. ठीक है, ये market to market concept चेंज नहीं करना है. In any form of market, whether it is competition or on oligopoly or monopolistic, this argument will hold. So if you have to show it graphically that firm is having profit, then for profit TR must be greater than TC. For normal profit TR must be equal to TC, and if there is loss, loss will be there if total cost is greater than total variable cost. But within loss, when firm will operate? Within loss, firm will operate so long as TR is greater than TBC. TR greater than TBC होने पे firm will continue to operate. अब ये argument apply कैसे करना है और क्वेश्चन में क्या गिवन है, बिफोर दैट एक पैराग्राफ ऐड करना है उसमें. इसे टेक्निकल नोट नंबर 2 में लिख दीजिएगा. The total revenue curve, the total revenue curve is a straight line. Total revenue curve is a straight line through origin is a straight line through origin showing that price is constant, at all levels of output. Price is constant at all levels of output. Full stop. The firm is a price taker. The firm is a price taker and it can sell. The firm is a price taker and it can sell any amount of output. It can sell any amount of output at current market price. It can sell any amount of output at current market price. Next paragraph. The slope of total revenue is margin revenue. The slope of total revenue is marginal revenue. Which is constant and equal to current market price. Which is constant and equal to current market price. Next paragraph. On the other end, shape of total cost curve is inverted S. Shape of total cost curve is inverted S and it is based on law of diminishing return. It is based on law of diminishing return. Next paragraph. The competitive firm maximizes profit. The competitive firm maximizes profit. Competitive firm maximizes profit when distance between TR and TC is maximized. Distance between TR and TC is maximized. मतलब फॉर्म ये करना है, TRTC अप्रोच अगर आप फॉलो कर रहे हो देन on axis you will write output or quantity and on vertical axis it is TR and TC. Now if market is competitive then remember total revenue is P into Q, price into quantity है. But for one firm price is constant. One firm can't change the price. So at same price firm can sell more and more. तो क्वांटिटी बढ़ती जाएगी तो ये TR भी बढ़ता रहेगा and it will continue to increase at a constant rate. So line you will draw straight starting from origin. Then and slope of that line, what is slope of that line? लाइन स्ट्रेट है तो स्लोप कांस्टेंट हो गया. स्लोप ऑफ दैट TR, रिमेंबर स्लोप ऑफ TR इज MR एंड दैट MR इज इक्वल टू प्राइस विच इज कांस्टेंट, तो MR भी कांस्टेंट है. नाउ टोटल कॉस्ट विल हैव सम फिक्स कॉस्ट, सो विथ दैट फिक्स Fixed costs are those costs which are independent from quantity. So whether there is zero production or more production, fixed cost will always be there. So even when production is zero, there will be some cost, and that cost is fixed cost. तो ये difference आपने total fixed cost ले रखा है. After that you are adding variable cost, and when you add variable cost, then total cost curve is inverted S in shape. Now if it is inverted S in shape, which distance is profit? Profit is the difference between TR minus TC. When you write profit, it is TR minus TC, and you have to maximize profit. Profit को maximize करना है. तो profit maximization, what is condition at this intersection point?
Zero.
Equal है. So profit will be zero here. At this point, again profit will be zero. To the left of this quantity,
Loss.
cost is more, revenue is less, loss. To the right of this,
Loss.
again loss. Only in this range there is profit. So profit is this gap. So as you produce more, this profit margin increases. It get maximized where the distance is maximized, and then again it reduces. So what will be the shape of profit curve? Initially it will increase, it will reach a maximum, and then it will. So if you plot that line, it will be inverted U. So the distance get maximized here. So if I plot that profit line curve, then that profit curve either you can use in the same diagram or separately. If I use in the same diagram, then profit will be this inverted U shape. This is your profit curve. So when profit get maximized, profit is highest here where the difference between TR and TC is maximized. But in that technical note you have written that when profit get maximized, then MR must also be equal to, although we are not drawing MRC in this diagram, you are drawing only TR and TC, but the condition must satisfy graphically as well. So can we say that at this quantity where profit is maximized, MR is also equal to MC? So MR is slope of which line? MR is slope of this TR, but that line is straight, so its slope will always remain same. And what is marginal cost? Slope of total cost. So but total cost curve is not a straight line. So if you want to have slope at total cost at that point, to get that slope you will have to draw a tangency. But remember that tangency must be parallel to which line? Indicating what? Slope of TR and slope of TC are same at that point, implying that at the same quantity MR is equal to MC. So profit get maximized, and the maximum amount of profit is this gap. Although both condition hold कर रहा है, but आपने approach यहाँ follow कर रखा है TR and TC approach. Now what will be the use of this concept? In this diagram you are not using any average cost curve or average revenue curve, you are following total revenue and total cost approach. Now read this question from 2015. ठीक है, पहले ये ड्रॉ कर लीजिए. uses as diagram number 1.
Sir, slope of TR marginal revenue वो कहाँ मिलेगा?
ग्राफ पे नहीं आएगा, स्लोप तो रीड करना है ना. When you follow the second approach, MRMC, then you will draw MR. पहले जैसे एक क्वेश्चन को पहले जरा रीड कर लेना एक्सप्लेन करने से पहले. read this question number 9. Ninth question. Under perfect competition in short run, find out graphically. ठीक है, कोई इक्वेशन कहीं यूज नहीं करना. Find out graphically without using average cost curve. You don't have to use average cost curve. The condition in equilibrium for existence of normal profit, supernormal profit and loss. Graphically you have to show three cases: normal profit, supernormal profit and loss without using average cost curve. So without using average cost curve, how you will show graphically how much is profit, how much is normal profit and how much is loss. When you don't have to use average cost curve, there is only one option. You can use only total revenue and total cost approach. So in this question you have to use only TR and TC approach. Although there are two different ways to explain. One is TR-TC approach, other is MRMC approach. In MRMC approach you can use that average cost as well. So subsequently, but in this question you have to apply only TR and TC approach. So for normal profit, for supernormal profit and for loss. So this is diagram for, in this diagram there is no use of average cost curve, and this diagram is showing what? Profit, and within profit it is supernormal profit. So first description. As shown in above diagram, at profit maximizing output, right done. As shown in above diagram, at profit maximizing output, Q star, at profit maximizing output Q star, the distance between TR and TC is maximized. The distance between TR and TC is maximized. Distance between TR and TC is maximized. In addition, we must note that at same output, slope of TR, that is MR, and slope of total cost, that is marginal cost. Slope of TR, that is MR, and slope of total cost, that is marginal cost, are also equal. Next paragraph. सेकंड कंडीशन ले रहे हैं लॉस के लिए. तो व्हेन देयर विल बी लॉस व्हेन टोटल रेवेन्यू is less than total cost, but in loss when firm will operate. In loss firm will operate only when total revenue is greater than total variable cost. So for loss you have to be specific, because loss में there is a possibility that firm may shut down. So TR should be less than TC, and that TR must be greater than. So whenever there will be loss, you have to use that concept of total variable cost also. So if you apply that concept graphically you have to explain loss. So draw that total revenue line first, and this will be your total cost, but total cost has to be greater than TR. So when you start total cost curve, it has to be greater than TR. So you can't draw it below now. टोटल कॉस्ट की लाइन ऊपर रखेंगे पूरा. And in addition to that, you have to draw total variable cost also, but that variable cost must be less than TR. But variable cost will start from origin. If there is no production, there will be no variable cost. So variable cost will start with origin and it will be parallel to that. अगर आप individually draw करते हो तो यहाँ रखेंगे total cost is inverted S and variable cost will be just parallel to that, because the gap between these two will be fixed cost. So this is your total cost line and this is variable cost line, but variable cost must be lower than the total revenue. So start from this point and it has to be below and then parallel to that. So this will be total variable cost line. And where is the profit maximizing condition now? If there is profit, you have to maximize, but if there is loss, you have to minimize. So where the gap is minimum, so gap will be minimum between TR and TC corresponding to that output. So this quantity is profit maximizing quantity. Now which condition must be satisfied? Slope of TR must be equal to slope of TC. So MR must be equal to MC. So MR equal to MC. Now slope of that TR is MR and slope of TC will be MC. So slope of TC मतलब इस particular point पे you are drawing a small tangency line, and that tangency line will be parallel to which line? TR line, indicating MR equal to MC. So graphically, which distance is loss and which distance is operating profit? ग्राफ के अंदर कौन सा डिस्टेंस लॉस है और कौन सा डिस्टेंस ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट है? आई एम मार्किंग द पॉइंट्स. दिस इज पॉइंट ए, दिस इज पॉइंट बी एंड दिस इज पॉइंट सी. सो which area or which distance is loss? Loss is AB, and within loss firm is operating, because firm is having operating profit. And how much is that operating profit? Operating profit is that distance B into C, BC, ये length. तो अब आप ये बताना है कि if this variable cost increases, if this variable cost will shift up, then the amount of operating profit will reduce. So if operating profit reduces to 0, then firm will prefer to shut down. So long as there is operating profit positive, firm will continue to operate. So within loss, remember इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन अगर पूछे जा रहे हैं तो उनका एक्सपेक्टेशन होगा कि you have to answer in that form. सिर्फ लॉस का डायग्राम बनाने से नहीं काम चलेगा, बिकॉज इन लॉस देर आर टू पॉसिबिलिटीज ऑलवेज, शट डाउन एंड फर्म may continue to operate. So if you are showing that firm is having loss, it means firm is operating, and firm is operating only when total revenue is greater than that total variable cost. So this is diagram number 2.
शटडाउन के केस में भी तो लॉस होगा, वो फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट का.
हाँ वो तो रहेगा शटडाउन के केस में, एंड यू कांट डू दैट, यू कांट डू अवे विद दैट, because that is fixed. Whether you operate or whether you not operate, there will be a loss. The simple है, if firm is not covering the variable cost, if firm is not covering the variable cost, no point in production, because if you stop production, you stop variable cost also, and if you are getting more than variable cost, then if you are getting more than variable cost, it means you are covering some part of the fixed cost also. Better to cover some part of the fixed cost, because even when you close down the production, you can't avoid that fixed cost. So the decision whether to operate and not to operate does not depend upon fixed cost, it depends upon the variable cost. Operating profit का function है. नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ में, इन शॉर्ट रन there could be loss for competitive firm. In short run there could be loss for competitive firm. There could be loss for competitive firm due to presence of fixed cost. Due to presence of fixed cost. However, despite loss, firm may continue to operate. Despite loss, firm may continue to operate. Firm may continue to operate if operating profit is positive. If operating profit is positive. If operating profit is positive. Full stop. Operating profit is difference between total revenue and total variable cost. Operating profit is difference between total revenue and total variable cost. Therefore, so long as total revenue exceeds total variable cost, so long as total revenue exceeds total variable cost, after comma, firm will continue to produce despite loss. Firm will continue to produce despite loss. Next paragraph. For normal profit, third diagram, for normal profit, total revenue, for normal profit, total revenue must be just tangent on, total revenue must be just tangent on total cost curve, must be just tangent on total cost curve. This is because at the point of tangency, slope of TR, that is MR, slope of TR, that is MR, is equal to slope of TC, that is marginal cost. तो जस्ट नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट अगर आपको ग्राफ के अंदर शो करना है, सो फॉर नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट व्हाट यू विल यूज, फॉर प्रॉफिट इट वाज बिलो, फॉर लॉस इट वाज अबव कॉस्ट कर्व, बट फॉर जस्ट नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट it must be just tangent on that total cost line, and that point of tangency will be profit maximizing quantity. तो वैसे क्वेश्चन जो 10 मार्क्स वाले क्वेश्चन थे 15 में, वो कंपल्सरी वाले में, आउट ऑफ दैट इस फॉर्म का अगर डिस्क्रिप्शन आप प्रॉपर लिख दे, ऐसे क्वेश्चन में नंबर ज़्यादा भी मिल जाते हैं. आउट ऑफ 10 यू विल गेट इवन 7, 7.5, 8, प्रोवाइडेड जो रेलिवेंट लॉजिक है वो एक्सप्लेन कर दिया और प्रॉपरली शो कर दिया ग्राफ में. एंड व्हाट इज़ रॉन्ग डिस्क्रिप्शन, जो एरर है कुछ टेस्ट में जो मिस्टेक होते हो, ये है आपने ये टी आर की लाइन ड्रॉ की एंड आई ड्रॉ दिस एज वेल. How much is profit at that point? तो क्या वो नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट का डायग्राम है? क्या ये नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट का डायग्राम यूज कर सकते हैं? नहीं है, बिकॉज you have to satisfy the basic condition first, and that is MR must be equal to MC. The logic is that if two curves are intersecting, their slope are not equal, so their slope will be equal only at the point of tangency. तो ये एक्चुअल में नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट का गलत डायग्राम हो जाएगा. दिस वन नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट डायग्राम विल बी दिस, पॉइंट ऑफ टेंजेंसी, ये यूज करना है. मतलब फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू सेटिस्फाई दैट प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन, देन you are showing it graphically in that form. So this is your TR and TC approach. Now the alternate approach. Alternate approach is marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. Marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. आप उस पेपर जो क्वेश्चन आ रखा है उसमें एक मॉडिफिकेशन से बता देना. द क्वेश्चन वाज रेफरिंग टू अंडर परफेक्ट कंपटीशन. नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ अंडर परफेक्ट कंपटीशन, इफ इट सेज अंडर मोनोपोली, बाकी क्वेश्चन वही है, अरेस्ट क्वेश्चन इज सेम, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ परफेक्ट कंपटीशन इट स्टेट्स अंडर मोनोपोली. सो if it states under monopoly, then what you will change in all those diagram? उस डायग्राम के अंदर आप बताना चेंजेस कहाँ पे करने हैं. इफ़ यू हैव टू शो नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट, सुपर नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, फ़र्क कहाँ पे आ जाएगा बताना. इफ आई से परफेक्ट कंपटीशन एंड इफ आई से मोनोपोली, फ़र्क किस में होना है? अंडर परफेक्ट कंपटीशन नहीं, cost has nothing to do with the market. Cost has nothing to do with the market, so you will never change cost curve according to the market. It will remain same. वो independent है market structure से. The curve that will change is a revenue line, because under perfect competition firm is a price taker. It accepts a price which is determined by the market, but in monopoly firms are not price taker. तो मोनोपोली में टीआर की लाइन स्ट्रेट नहीं बनेगी. तो एक मैं स्टेप ड्रॉ कर दे रहा हूँ, उसको जरा ध्यान में रखना. इफ इट सेज परफेक्ट कंपटीशन, देन यू विल ड्रॉ दैट टीआर लाइन स्ट्रेट, एंड इफ क्वेश्चन रेफर्स टू मोनोपोली, देन इन मोनोपोली टोटल रेवेन्यू लाइन विल बी लाइक टोटल प्रोडक्ट लाइन. ये हो जाएगा टीआर की लाइन. सो इफ़ यू हैव टू शो प्रॉफिट, देन यहाँ से शो किया और ये प्रॉफिट का अमाउंट हो गया, जहाँ पे ये गैप मैक्सिमाइज हो गया. दिस इज द अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट, एंड कॉस्ट लाइन तो वैसे ही बनेगी यहाँ पे. सो व्हेन प्रॉफिट गेट मैक्सिमाइज नाउ, वेयर द गैप इज मैक्सिमाइज्ड, and for that purpose slope of TC and slope of TR will be same. ठीक है, that will be the only difference, rest will be same. In monopoly you have to draw TR in that form. It is not a linear straight line. देन MRNMC अप्रोच, उस डायग्राम के बाद MRNMC अप्रोच, ऑल्टरनेट अप्रोच. The alternative approach is based on MRNMC. The alternative approach is based on MRNMC. Full stop. The profit of firm will be maximized when following conditions are satisfied. Profit of firm will maximize when following conditions are satisfied. Following conditions are satisfied. First, MR equal to MC. And second, slope of MC is greater than slope of MR. Slope of MC is greater than slope of MR. Below that, the firm will be in equilibrium. The firm will be in equilibrium. The firm will be in equilibrium at the level of output. The firm will be in equilibrium at the level of output defined by intersection of MR and MC. Intersection of MR and MC. Intersection of MR and MC. देखो अब इस when you use this MR and MC approach, you can draw one diagram for the market and one for the private firm or individual firm. In a competitive market, prices are determined by the market force of demand and supply, and whatever be the price determined by the market, for one individual firm that price will remain constant. P की वैल्यू फिर कांस्टेंट हो जाएगी वन फर्म के लिए. सिंपल सा एग्जांपल है, इफ आई से प्राइस इज कांस्टेंट, सपोज प्राइस इज कांस्टेंट एट 10 and at price 10 firm can sell quantity 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit or 4 unit. So how you will calculate total revenue? P into Q, so that will be 10, 20, 30, 40. What will be AR? TR upon quantity, so 10 by 1, 20 by 2, 30 by 3, 40 by 4. And what is MR? MR is nothing but change in total revenue, but every time change in total revenue will be by 10. So in fact AR is equal to MR and that is equal to what? तो जो प्राइस की वैल्यू है वही MR की वैल्यू भी होगी और वो AR हमेशा रहेगा. So for one particular firm price is constant. Firm do not have to change the price in order to sell more. So given this MR line, if average cost line is below, average cost curve is U shape and marginal cost will always cut average cost at the minimum point. So now tell me at which quantity this condition is satisfied. ये condition satisfy कहाँ पे हो रहा है? मुझे ये condition follow करना है, profit maximizing condition है. So we have to determine that point where MR is equal to MC. So MR is equal to MC at that point. So this is profit maximizing quantity. Now quantity is this. So which area is total revenue area? When you have to determine total revenue, then total revenue will be what? Price into quantity. So price is this distance, quantity is this. तो P into Q करेंगे तो you will get area of this rectangle. that will be your total revenue area. Out of that total revenue you have to subtract what? Total cost. But how to find total cost now? It is per unit cost multiplied by quantity. So how much is the quantity produced? Q star. For that quantity average cost will be this distance. So this distance multiplied by this, you will get area of this rectangle. This is your average cost multiplied by quantity, so that will become total cost. So this distance multiplied by this, that will be your total cost. So total cost area is this smaller rectangle, total revenue is the bigger rectangle, and the difference between revenue and cost will be profit, and this profit will be this area. ठीक है, ये profit का area हो जाएगा. So remember the profit area. Now in this case you are not using total revenue, total cost, you are following MR and MC approach. Why not firm produces more than Q star? Profit condition तो ठीक है, but if you have to explain that, why not firm produces more than Q star? If firm produces more than Q star, then for any additional quantity marginal revenue will be less and marginal cost will be, which means by producing one more unit of output, firm will add more to cost and less to revenue, so better not to produce that quantity. Why not firm produces less than Q star? Less than Q star, marginal revenue will be more and cost will be less, which means by producing one more unit of output, firm will add more to revenue and less to cost, so better to produce that output. If by producing one extra unit, firm will add more to revenue and less to cost, so firm should produce that output. But if by producing one more unit, firm will add more to cost and less to revenue, better not to produce that quantity. So the profit maximization output is determined by equality of MR and MC. So this is the diagram for, again you have to draw three different diagrams. One for profit, other for loss, and third for normal profit. तो वो जो TRTC अप्रोच था, ये एक्चुअल में सुपर नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट हो गया. When you show the area of profit, it means it is super normal profit. So this is your diagram 1 in this second approach for super normal profit. वो पॉइंट लेकिन ऐड करेंगे इसमें. ठीक है, any marking for profit and loss. Remember, first of all you have to mark that output where MR is equal to MC. You are calculating profit and loss for that quantity. Right, and to the left of output Q star, to the left of output Q star, to the left of output Q star, MR is greater than MC. To the left of output Q star, MR is greater than MC, which means each unit of output, is adding more to revenue. Each unit of output is adding more to revenue and less to cost. More to revenue and less to cost. So profit can be increased. By producing more output. Profit can be increased by producing more output. On the other hand, to the right of output Q star, to the right of output Q star, each unit of output is adding more to cost. Each unit of output is adding more to cost and less to revenue. Each unit of output is adding more to cost and less to revenue. मतलब MC greater than MR है. So profit can be increased by producing less of output. So profit can be increased by producing less of output. Therefore, profit is maximized at output Q star. Profit is maximized at output Q star where MR is equal to MC. Where MR is equal to MC. Profit is maximized at output Q star where MR is equal to MC. Next paragraph. The fact that a firm is in equilibrium, the fact that a firm is in equilibrium, the fact that a firm is in equilibrium does not necessarily mean that the fact that firm is in equilibrium does not necessarily mean that it makes excess profit. Does not necessarily mean that it makes excess profit. Full stop. Whether firm makes excess profit or loss, whether firm makes excess profit or loss, whether firm makes excess profit or loss depends on level of average total cost, depends on level of average total cost, average cost, depends on level of average cost and price. Full stop. When price is greater than average cost, when price is greater than average cost at equilibrium output, when price is greater than average cost at equilibrium output, then firm earns excess profit. Then firm earns excess profit. Firm earns excess profit. Excess profit के लिए डायग्राम है फर्स्ट. However, next paragraph में, however, if average cost is greater than price, if average cost is greater than price, if average cost is greater than price, then there will be loss. Then there will be loss. But despite loss, firm will continue to operate. Despite loss, firm will continue to operate if it covers variable cost. If it covers variable cost. Because in that case because in that case there will be operating profit. In that case there will be operating profit. There will be operating profit. So remember, you can show graphically loss only when price is less than average cost but greater than average variable cost. तो ग्राफ में अब ये कंडीशन आना चाहिए. So again, if you draw the diagram for loss, one firm and market, supply and demand intersection will determine the price, and firm is acting as price taker. So at that price you draw MR line. MR and price is same thing, so price line has been drawn. Above price you will draw what? And below price ABC. So average cost line must be above and variable cost line must be below, and the gap between these two will be progressively declining, because इनके बीच का जो गैप है वो एवरेज फिक्स कॉस्ट है. तो इन दोनों के बीच का जो गैप होगा वो धीरे धीरे क्या करते जाना है, कम करते जाइएगा. एंड MC will be cutting both at their minimum point. So passing through the minimum point of both, you will draw marginal cost line. But in diagram, first of all you have to mark which point where that condition is satisfied, MR equal to MC. So MR equal to MC का पॉइंट पहले मार्क करना है. प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन. So mark this point first. MC equal to MR. So equilibrium quantity is this Q star. Again the area of revenue will be this P into Q. So this rectangle will be revenue area, but cost is more than that. As to produce the same quantity, cost is higher, average cost is higher. So this area represent loss. And which area is operating profit? Operating profit.
Average variable cost.
Average operating profit will be what? Total revenue minus total variable cost. So total revenue is this area, rectangle OPQ, and variable cost will be this. So in fact this area is, this one is what? ये जो rectangle यहाँ दिख रहा है, this area of that rectangle measure operating profit, and this area is, so firm is having loss, but in loss firm is operating because firm is having operating profit. So when this price will reduce, then if this market price reduces, then what will be the outcome? If this market price reduces, then the area of operating profit will reduce and the loss will increase. So if that operating profit reduces to zero, then firm will prefer to shut down. So actual में if you shift that line lower and it is tangent at the minimum point, then there will be no area left. So there will be no production below that price. So this is the case. Second diagram is for loss. Description ऊपर लिख लिया पहले. Don't elaborate that diagram. Diagram का description required नहीं होता. जो logic आपने लिखना था वो लिख दिया. But as shown in diagram उससे वैसे step को थोड़ा avoid करेंगे.
सही है. 2015 के क्वेश्चन में ये तो ये डायग्राम यूज
ये नहीं करना है. Because in this diagram you are using average cost. So this will not be used in that question. Because most commonly स्टूडेंट ये यूज़ करते हैं, मतलब ज़्यादातर हमारा यूज़ यही होता है. तो एग्जामिनर को पता है ज़्यादातर आप ये तो कर ही लोगे, इसमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन है ही नहीं. तो अगर क्वेश्चन ने सिर्फ कह दिया कि एवरेज नहीं यूज़ करना है, देन यू हैव टू थिंक व्हाट टू यूज़ and how to show that. So that question was basically for TR and TC approach. If you have to show normal profit, then that average cost curve must be just tangent on that price line. ठीक है, MR की लाइन. नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट के लिए जस्ट टेंजेंसी का पॉइंट आना था. तो नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट बिकॉज यू कांट शो इट ग्राफिकली, सो दिस इज average cost. MC is cutting from the minimum point. MC equal to MR. So this area is revenue area as well as cost area. ठीक है. नाउ बिलो दैट मेक हेडिंग मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व is a supply curve. Marginal cost curve is supply curve of competitive firm in short run. वो डायग्राम ड्रॉ करने के बाद कह below that marginal cost curve is supply curve of competitive firm in short run. Why marginal cost curve is called supply curve of firm in short run? Marginal cost curve is supply curve of competitive firm in short run.
जो पॉइंट्स है जो यहाँ पर दोनों कट किया है, मार्जिनल और मार्जिनल, वो नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट है.
नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट. ठीक है. सो हेडिंग हो गया मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व इज सप्लाई कर्व. Why marginal cost curve is supply curve of competitive firm, and that too in short run. ठीक है. marginal cost curve is supply curve of firm in short run. I am using basically 3 different parts. ध्यान देना जरा. ठीक है. राइट साइड वाले बोथ डायग्राम फॉर फर्म है. दिस इज फॉर फर्म, दिस इज ऑल्सो फॉर फर्म, एंड लेफ्ट साइड इज फॉर मार्केट. सो इफ मार्केट डिमांड कर्व and supply curve are intersecting here, then corresponding to that intersection, suppose price is determined at P3, so at that price will be constant and MR is equal to that. ठीक है. Now if I draw average cost curve, below that I draw average variable cost curve. So from the minimum of both you will draw marginal cost line. So marginal cost line is cutting both from at the minimum point. So how much quantity produced by firm in short run? How much is the quantity produced? The quantity produced will be supplied by the in the market. So at this price, how much is the quantity produced by the firm? The objective of firm is to maximize their own profit. So how much quantity they will produce? Where their own profit gets maximized, and profit maximizing condition is MR equal to MC. So at which quantity MR is equal to MC? You mark this point. So at price P3, how much is the quantity produced? Say Q3. At that quantity, whether firm is having profit or loss or normal profit. Simple है. At that quantity, price is more and average cost is less. So there is supernormal profit in fact. So at a price of P3, firm is producing quantity Q3 and supplying that quantity Q3. So we get 1 point of supply curve. Now मान लेते हैं कि सप्लाई कर्व राइट की तरफ शिफ्ट हो गया, मार्केट सप्लाई कर्व शिफ्ट टू द राइट, और डेलिबरेटली टेक अ पर्टिकुलर प्राइस P2. So if supply curve is passing through this point, then market price will be P2, and at that price you will draw the line. So now tell me how much quantity firm will produce. Again apply the same condition, MR equal to MC. So now MR equal to MC at this quantity, because this line is MR line now. So MR equal to MC at that quantity. So at price P2, quantity produced will be Q2, and now determine whether at that quantity firm is having profit or loss or normal profit. At that quantity price is less, price is P2, but for the same quantity average cost is more. So since average cost is more, therefore there is loss, but despite loss firm will operate because that price is greater than average variable cost. So since we are referring to that short run, so in short run firm will continue to operate despite loss. So at price P2, how much is the production and how much is supply? Production and supply is quantity Q2. So you get second point. If price reduces further than, and suppose it is tangent at the minimum point of average variable cost, तो at price P1, अब ये लाइन एक्चुअल में यहाँ से बन रही है. So at that price P1, MC is equal to MR at quantity Q1, but at that quantity how much is operating profit? Zero हो गया, वो operating profit भी zero है. So firm may decide to continue or firm may decide to, वो indifferent हो जाएगा at that price, but at any price lower than P1, so how much is the supply? Zero. So if you have to determine, then you have to determine only till price P1. At price P1 firm may produce quantity Q1 or firm may shut down, but at any price lower than P1 there will be no production. No production means zero quantity. So at any price lower than P1, supply curve is coinciding with this vertical axis. At any price lower than P1 there will be no supply, but any price P1 or more than P1, at P1 supply is Q1, at P2 supply is Q2, at P3 supply is Q3. You basically join these points, but remember these different points are derived from this diagram. So this is one point, this is second point, this is third point, and when you join all 3 points you get which line? So therefore MC curve is called supply curve, but it is not the complete MC. Marginal cost curve is generally said to be the supply curve, but it is not the complete marginal cost curve. Only which part? Only that part of marginal cost curve which is above the average variable cost. Only that part which is above the average variable cost curve. Any part which is below the average variable cost curve will not be the part of supply curve. So normally supply marginal cost curve is supply curve, but it is only the rising part which is above the average variable cost curve. So this is your supply curve which is coinciding with that MC line. So to explain that you have to use these two part. अब ये लेफ्ट साइड वाला डायग्राम अगर ड्रॉ नहीं करते तो भी काम चलता है, बट एटलीस्ट यूज दिस टू. फर्म के लिए हो गया. टाइम कंस्टेंट हो, अगर सिर्फ ये मिडिल डायग्राम भी यूज़ करते हैं तो भी चल जाता है. जस्ट आपने सिर्फ एक डायग्राम ड्रॉ किया है एंड मार्क दिस सेक्शन बोल्ड, दैट्स इट. दिस योर सप्लाई कर्व. इफ यू हैव टाइम यूज ऑल 3, अदरवाइज जस्ट मिडिल वन.
In exam, you will make the diagram from scales and
स्केल
is mandatory.
मैंडेटरी नहीं है नंबर लाने के लिए, लेकिन इट इज़ योर ओन इंटरेस्ट. सिर्फ अगर आप ये लाइन ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं तो रिमेंबर इस पॉइंट के नीचे बिल्कुल सेगमेंट नहीं आना चाहिए, ठीक है, बिकॉज दिस योर शट डाउन पॉइंट. अगर आप ये वाले अलग से ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं तो इसके नीचे की लाइन यहाँ से स्टार्ट नहीं करना. दैट इज़ वाई इन सम क्वेश्चन व्हेन समटाइम्स यू प्लॉट सप्लाई कर्व, जनरली यू फाइंड सप्लाई कर्व इज स्टार्टिंग विद दिस सेक्शन. बट इस तरीके के सप्लाई कर्व का एक्चुअल में मतलब क्या होता है? व्हेन यू स्टार्ट सप्लाई कर्व फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट, इट मीन्स व्हाट? At any price lower than that there will be no supply, because वो शट डाउन का प्राइस हो गया. तो कभी कभी सप्लाई का अगर आप स्टार्ट करते हैं विथ वर्टिकल इंटरसेप्ट, सपोज आई स्टार्ट विथ प्राइस 10, so it basically imply that at any price lower than 10 there will be no supply because shutdown price is 10. There will be supply but only when price is more than 10 but not below 10.
इसमें हम ये assume कर रहे हैं कि ये जो cost curves हैं ये सारे firm के लिए identical हैं.
कॉम्पिटिटिव मार्केट में सारे फर्म आइडेंटिकल हैं, फर्म्स भी आइडेंटिकल हैं, उनका कॉस्ट फंक्शन भी आइडेंटिकल है. एंड प्लस वी आर रेफरिंग टू वन फर्म. लेट अस से अगर कॉस्ट डिफरेंट भी हो, बट कॉस्ट डिफरेंट का लॉजिक नहीं होता परफेक्ट कंपटीशन में, एज ऑल फर्म्स प्रोड्यूस आइडेंटिकल प्रोडक्ट. फर्म्स प्रोड्यूस होमोजेनस गुड, so when they are producing homogeneous good their cost is supposed to remain same. But even if you consider different, we are referring to only one firm. आपने जो डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर रखा है उसका पोजीशन अलग होगा, मैंने जो ड्रॉ कर रखा है उसका पोजीशन अलग है, but the argument in both case will remain same. कंक्लूजन तो सेम ही रहेगा, एम से ये सप्लाई का राइट डन.
मार्केट का जो सप्लाई कर होगा ओरिजिन,
अभी रुक जाओ, मार्केट के लिए भी आते हैं इसके बाद वाले टॉपिक में, जस्ट वेट. दिस इज वन फॉर फर्म, देन यू विल यूज एक्सप्लिसिटली फॉर मार्केट ऑल्सो, ठीक है, दोनों हेडिंग मार्क कर रखा है वहाँ पे. वी हैव टू ड्रॉ सप्लाई कर्व ऑफ फर्म ऑल्सो, वी हैव टू ड्रॉ सप्लाई कर्व ऑफ इंडस्ट्री ऑल्सो. इसके पेपर में आप इस लेफ्ट साइड वाले को इग्नोर करके सिर्फ ये बना सकते हैं. The focus is on this part, not on the market supply curve. Right on. Supply curve explains relationship between price and quantity supplied. Supply curve explains relationship between price and quantity supplied. So for a competitive firm, supply curve is marginal cost curve. Supply curve is marginal cost curve, but it is not the entire marginal cost curve. Supply curve is marginal cost curve, but it is not the entire marginal cost curve. In fact, it is only that part of marginal cost curve. In fact, it is only that part of marginal cost curve. That part of marginal cost curve which is rising and lies above which is rising and lies above average variable cost curve, which is rising and lies above average variable cost curve. Underline that. In fact, it is only that part of MC which is rising and lies above average variable cost curve. This is because a competitive firm always produces that much output. A competitive firm always produces that much output where price is equal to marginal cost. Where price is equal to marginal cost. एक्चुअल में आप लिखते ये हो, firm will always produce that much output where MR is equal to MC. But for perfect competitive firm, marginal revenue and price is 1N. So you write a competitive firm always produces that much output where price is equal to marginal cost. In fact, you have written MR equal to MC. Continue. However, when MC is less than ABC, when MC is less than ABC, when MC is less than ABC, less than ABC का मतलब इसके नीचे वाले पॉइंट आ जाएंगे सारे. When MC is less than ABC, then equating price with average variable cost, implies that equating price with क्या लिखा है? Equating price with marginal cost. Equating price with marginal cost imply that price will be less than average variable cost. Price will be less than average variable cost. As a result, there will be operating loss. As a result, there will be operating loss. And in the case of operating loss, firm will shut down production. And no quantity will be supplied. Firm will shut down production and no quantity will be supplied. Firm will shut down production and no quantity will be supplied. Full stop. Therefore, only that part of MC which is above ABC, only that part of MC which is above ABC is supply curve of competitive firm. क्योंकि अगर आपने ये लोअर वाला पार्ट अगर कंसीडर किया तो उसका मतलब होगा MC लेस देन ABC है, बट फर्म इज ऑलवेज इक्वेटिंग प्राइस विथ, इफ यू इक्वेट प्राइस विथ MC एंड MC इज लेस देन ABC, सो फ्रॉम दिस व्हाट विल इम्प्लाई, you are equating price to MC and MC is lower than ABC, then it implies that P will be less than ABC. But at any price lower than average variable cost, there will be operating loss. So when there is operating loss, firm will not produce that quantity. So if price is less than average variable cost, there will be no production and there will be no supply. So supply curve will not exist below minimum point of ABC, क्योंकि वो शटडाउन प्राइस कंसिडर हो गया. अब ये डिस्क्रिप्शन हो गया फॉर वन इंडिविजुअल फर्म. एक टेक्निकल नोट यहाँ पे जरा लिख लेंगे. whenever you write total revenue, in fact you write price into quantity, P into Q किया, and to calculate MR, in fact you differentiate total revenue with respect to quantity. So you are differentiating price into quantity with respect to quantity. So when you differentiate P into Q with respect to Q, what will be the outcome? P is not constant. Constant होता तो P. तो अगर आप मान लो कि दोनों वेरिएबल हैं, P and Q both are वेरिएबल, तो प्रोडक्ट टूल हो गया. तो एज पर प्रोडक्ट टूल फर्स्ट टर्म P एज इट इज लिख देंगे, P इनटू डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ सेकंड टर्म, वो 1 हो गया, प्लस सेकंड टर्म Q इनटू डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ फर्स्ट. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट टर्म P एज इट इज आ जाएगा इनटू डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ सेकंड, dq बाई dq 1 हो गया. सेकंड टर्म Q इनटू डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ दैट फर्स्ट टर्म. तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर MR इज इक्वल टू दिस नंबर, MR की वैल्यू इसके बराबर है. नाउ इन एनी क्वेश्चन इफ आई से मार्केट इज परफेक्टली कॉम्पिटिटिव, तो परफेक्टली कॉम्पिटिटिव होने पे क्या करना है और मोनोपोली होने पे क्या करना है, जरा इसमें लेना. व्हेन आई से परफेक्टली कॉम्पिटिटिव, then in a perfectly competitive market there are many firms. So in a perfectly competitive market, price is determined by the market demand and supply, and for individual firm that price is given, वो constant है. तो अगर फर्म के अकॉर्डिंगली प्राइस कांस्टेंट है तो dp बाई dq की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, कांस्टेंट टर्म का डिफरेंशिएशन 0 हो जाएगा. सो फॉर वन इंडिविजुअल फर्म प्राइस कांस्टेंट है तो ये टर्म 0 हो गया, तो फिर ये कंप्लीट नंबर 0 हो जाएगा. सो P इक्वल टू व्हाट, MR. इसलिए कहते हैं फॉर अ कॉम्पिटिटिव फर्म वाट एवर बी द प्राइस, दैट प्राइस विल बी MR एज वेल. तो कॉम्पिटिटिव फर्म के लिए P इक्वल टू MR है. P इक्वल टू MR है बिकॉज प्राइस इज कॉन्स्टेंट, देयरफॉर dp अपॉन dq will be 0, and as a result price will be equal to marginal revenue, but not in the case of monopoly. In monopoly demand curve will be negative. In monopoly there is only one firm. So in market there are not large number of firms. In market there is only one firm, so market and firm is one and same thing. In this market there were many firms, but in monopoly how many firms? One firm. So if there is one firm, then you draw demand curve for market and demand curve firm as identical. Now one firm is not price taker here. What is exactly relationship between P and Q? This line is negatively sloped. It means what? To sell more quantity you have to. So what is the sign of dp by dq? Price और quantity का relation inverse है. So now since dp by dq is negative, now remember if you say this number is negative, so now price and MR are not equal. Which term will be greater? This number is negative, so this number will be negative. So price minus something you will get MR. So MR will be less than price. MR will be less than price, and that is why you draw MR line below. MR की जो लाइन बनेगी उस केस में कहाँ बनेगी, लोअर बनेगी एज कंपेयर टू द डिमांड कर्व. सो इन मोनोपोली योर MR इज नॉट इक्वल टू प्राइस. रिमेंबर MR एंड प्राइस आर नॉट इक्वल. मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू की जो वैल्यू होगी वो प्राइस के बराबर नहीं है. नाउ व्हाट इज प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन, ऑल्दो वो तो सेम रहना है. सो व्हेन यू हैव टू मैक्सिमाइज प्रॉफिट you equate marginal revenue to marginal cost. In this case you equate MR to MC in this case also, but अंडर परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन इन प्लेस ऑफ एम आर व्हाट आई कैन राइट, इन प्लेस ऑफ एम आर यू कैन राइट प्राइस. तो पी की वैल्यू किसके बराबर है? सो अंडर परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन इंस्टेड ऑफ एम आर यू कैन यूज प्राइस, बट नॉट इन मोनोपोली, because in monopoly price is not equal to MR, so you have to always write MR equal to MC there. In monopoly you have to be careful, you have to equate MR to MC, but under perfect competition you may write MR equal to MC or you may write P equal to MC. अब let us say if any equation is given to you and question में लिखा हुआ नहीं है कि competition है या monopoly है, how you will get to know कि कंपटीशन का क्वेश्चन है मोनोपोली का? इफ आई सिंपली से P इज इक्वल टू 100 तो कंपटीशन हो गया, P कांस्टेंट हो गया. एंड इफ आई से P इज इक्वल टू 100 माइनस 2Q, then it goes refers to monopoly, because here price and quantity are inversely related and here price is simply a constant number. So whenever a given price is there, it means the question is for competition, and whenever price and quantity are inversely related, it is basically for monopoly. अब कैलकुलेट करने वाला कोई क्वेश्चन यहाँ पूछा नहीं जाता, इसलिए आपको उस पर बिल्कुल ही ध्यान नहीं देना. कैलकुलेट करने का क्वेश्चन सिर्फ एक आएगा, कॉर्नेट मॉडल का, कॉर्नेट मॉडल एंड बर्टन मॉडल. सो देयर विल बी ओनली वन पार्ट न्यूमेरिकल इन ओलिगोपोली. ये रफ में कॉपी कर लेना. टेक्निकल नोट जहाँ जहाँ यूज़ कर रहे हैं, डोंट फोकस ऑन दैट, जस्ट पढ़ते समय एक बार रेफ़र कर लीजिएगा, कहीं ऐसे नहीं समझाना है आपको. तो बी क्लियर, इन मार्केट यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन थिंग्स मोर इन वर्ड्स. कोई भी इम्परफेक्ट के लिए होगा, मोनोपोली हो या मोनोपोलिस्टिक हो या इवन ओलिगोपोली हो. विद इन ओलिगोपोली ऑल्सो देयर इज मोनोपोली. मोनोपोली इज अ मैटर ऑफ डिग्री, हाउ मच मोनोपोली पावर you have. So when market is perfectly competitive, firm do not have any monopoly power. When firm is oligopoly, firm has greater monopoly power. When that market becomes monopolistic, that element of monopoly power reduces, and in a pure monopoly, that element of monopoly power is more. So monopoly power is just a matter of degree. Imperfect competition के अंदर monopoly power is there. ठीक है, सोर्स आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं. परफेक्ट कंपटीशन फॉर परफेक्ट कंपटीशन एंड फॉर मोनोपोली फॉर इंटायर मार्केट बेटर इज कुट्सियानिस. चैप्टर नंबर 3, चैप्टर नंबर 5 परफेक्ट कंपटीशन, देन चैप्टर नंबर 6 मोनोपोली, चैप्टर नंबर 7 प्राइस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, चैप्टर नंबर 8 it will be monopolistic competition, 9 and 10 will be collusive oligopoly and non-collusive oligopoly, and chapter 13 is Bain's limit theory. ठीक है, तो वहाँ तक के फॉर्म आप रेफ़र कर सकते हो. तो कंटेंट में अभी इफेक्टिवली आपने सिर्फ मार्केट को इंट्रोड्यूस किया. वी हैव जस्ट इंट्रोड्यूस दैट परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन मार्केट एंड वी हैव डन इनफैक्ट ओनली द फर्स्ट पार्ट, supply curve of firm in short run. There will be argument of supply curve of industry in long run, increasing cost, decreasing cost and constant cost. Monopoly will be done separately, वो बाद में आएगा. But first, because ये basic है, to understand any market you require at least first of all perfect competition. So you will be covering this industry supply curve in long run, and then we will directly move to first oligopoly, and after oligopoly monopoly, and then monopolistic. Because in the oligopoly topic, first of all priority के basis पे भी important है, and in oligopoly content is more. So कल की क्लास में वो लॉन्ग रन इक्विलिब्रियम, लॉन्ग रन सप्लाई कर्व ऑफ इंडस्ट्री, एंड देन विल स्टार्ट विथ कॉर्नेट मॉडल एंड बॉटन मॉडल. ठीक है, अराउंड सेम नंबर ऑफ क्लास जितनी अभी तक लगी हुई है मैक्रो के अंदर, वही अराउंड 8 to 9 क्लास में ये ओवर हो जाना चाहिए. 8 to 9 क्लास. सोर्स वही रखिएगा, कुट्सानिस चैप्टर नंबर 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 एंड चैप्टर 13. ठीक है, 6 चैप्टर इधर, चैप्टर नंबर 5 to 10 एंड चैप्टर नंबर 13 जो फर्स्ट वॉल्यूम के अंदर गिवन है. अगर फर्स्ट वॉल्यूम आपके पास है माइक्रो का तो उसके अंदर वो मेंशन्ड है, वो चैप्टर इंक्लूडेड है. चलो कल करते हैं. कोई प्रॉब्लम इसमें अभी तक? सिलेबस कंटेंट थोड़ा इलेबोरेट करके आप पहले से लिख के रखना, बिकॉज वो अप्रोच प्लस जो एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक है, मतलब वो रहना नहीं चाहिए. इफ़ यू आर एबल टू इलेबोरेट दैट सिलेबस तो मोस्टली आपने काम कर लिया, इन द सेंस कि वो फिर रहेगा नहीं. प्रॉब्लम तब होता है व्हेन यू जस्ट स्टिक टू दैट सिलेबस की व्हाट इज़ मेंशन्ड और सिर्फ वहाँ तक लिमिट कर दिया, तो प्रॉब्लम बच जाता है. अगर आपने इलेबोरेट कर दिया तो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ वर्क आपका हो गया, बिकॉज नाउ यू हैव टू कवर ऑल थिंग्स. चलो करते हैं कल.